I never thought humiliation could feel so sharp until that night. She looked at me across the candlelit dining room, her glass of Chardonnay poised elegantly in her fingers, and said the words that would fracture everything I believed about us. "I'm not introducing you to my friends," she said, voice soft but cutting, almost rehearsed. "You're too embarrassing." The words hit like a punch to the gut. My fork clattered against the plate, the faint chime echoing through the silence that followed. My mind raced, trying to parse them, to find some logic, some excuse, some tiny sliver of reason. Maybe she was joking? Maybe she didn't mean it like that? But the steely calm in her eyes told me otherwise. I left the restaurant without a word, feeling the weight of shame pressing down on me with every step. The night air was cold, biting against my skin, but the real chill was inside my chest, spreading in slow, suffocating waves. I replayed her words over and over, each repetition sharper than the last, and with each echo, a question gnawed at me. Who was this woman I married? The weeks that followed were a tangle of contradictions. She was warm at home, affectionate, her laughter filling rooms, yet something in her gaze, quick, fleeting, calculating, always left me uneasy. I caught her glances at her phone, the way she'd duck into another room to take calls, her subtle smirk before closing apps when I walked by. Every small act felt loaded, and I found myself analyzing, overanalyzing, searching desperately for reassurance that I wasn't imagining at all. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe she was under stress at work. Maybe she was lonely. Maybe it really was just that my wardrobe was outdated, my jokes awkward, my confidence lacking. I swallowed my bruised pride, told myself that love required tolerance, patience. But the feeling of being invisible, of being quietly deemed unworthy, began to seep into my bones. One night, while she was at a charity gala, I couldn't resist the urge to check. Just a peek, I told myself, no harm in knowing she was safe. But her phone, carelessly left on the counter, was a Pandora's box. Notifications from a man I didn't know blinked on the screen. Intimate texts, laughing emojis, plans that included her in ways that made my stomach twist. I read them, each message tearing open the fragile trust one had left. "Can't wait to see you tonight," one read. Another. "I know it's risky, but it's worth it." Risky. Worth it. My head spun. My heart pounded in chaotic rhythms, disbelief clawing at me. How long had this been happening? How could someone who kissed me in the morning, who whispered promises in the dark, write these words to someone else? I confronted her that night, the apartment thick with tension, the air almost electric with impending collision. "Who is he?" I asked, voice trembling, barely above a whisper. Her eyes widened, then narrowed. I don't know what you mean," she said, the words stiff, rehearsed. I slammed her phone onto the table, messages spilling out like venom, undeniable and raw. She stared at them, silence stretching, suffocating. And then the confession came, quiet, almost apologetic, but heavy with betrayal. "It had just happened," she said, voice shaking. "I didn't mean for it to go this far." I laughed then, a sharp, bitter sound that wasn't really laughter. Didn't mean for it to go this far? My hands were trembling, fists tight, the air around me thick with anger and disbelief. "You said I'm embarrassing. You said I couldn't meet your friends. And all this time, behind my back, you were this." Her tears fell freely now, but they didn't touch the gaping wound inside me. Every sob, every apology, felt like a nail in the coffin of the life I thought we had built. I wanted to scream, to run, to disappear into the night and never look back. But what stayed with me wasn't just anger, it was the raw, aching heartbreak. The image of her, the woman I loved, choosing someone else for reasons I couldn't control, haunted me more than any scream or shout ever could. Weeks later, I moved out. The apartment we shared, once a sanctuary, became a mausoleum of memory. I packed my things with quiet fury, each item a reminder of laughter now hollow, of trust shattered beyond repair. She didn't beg me to stay. She didn't even look at me when I left. She just went about her life, flawlessly composed, as if none of it mattered. I walk through the streets now with a careful watchfulness, wary of every laugh, every glance, every warm word. Love, I learned, can be both sanctuary and trap. And betrayal. Betrayal is a slow poison, a thief in the night that strips away certainty. leaving only questions, only doubt, only the hollow ache of what was once sacred. I'm still angry. I'm still broken. But above all, I'm awake. Every memory, every whisper, every smile that was once a promise now serves as a caution. Appearances deceive. Hearts betray. And sometimes, the person you trust most will turn out to be the one who hurts you the deepest.